Mishnah Zayin. The preceding Mishnah, we learned that a woman may go out with a cloak fastened over her shoulder on Shabbos, and she can use these makeshift buttons. So this Mishnah is going to set out what type of buttons she can use, and also various circumstances in how she may be able to use them on Shabbos itself. So, it says the Mishnah, Poirefes al ha'even. A woman may fasten her cloak al ha'even using a stone. So she's got a sort of a cloak, and she wraps it around her, and she wants to fasten the edge of the cloak to this button. On the edge of the cloak there's a little loop, and she will loop it around and fasten it on this button. But instead of using a regular button, she can use an even, a stone, va'al ha'egois, and she could use a nut, va'al ha'matbeya, or a coin. And she can use these makeshift buttons on Shabbos. And we're not choshesh. Previously in Mishnah Hay, we mentioned that a woman wants to use some pepper, to put some pepper in her mouth to take away some bad breath. And we didn't allow her to actually initially put it in on Shabbos. Why? Because we were worried, according to one pshat, we were worried that there's a shail of marasayim. People will accuse her, will suspect that she's merely wanting to transport the pepper from one place to another place. So why are we choshesh over here? Maybe she wants to carry the even or the egos or the matbeah from one place to the other place. So we're not worried. Why not? Because everyone, the Tosfos Yontif explains that it's clear that the woman needs the article over here to keep her cloak on. And therefore no one's going to be choshesh that she's really intending to get the item, the button, from one place to the other. So it says the Mishnah, Perefes alo even, she's allowed to fasten her cloak using a makeshift button of an even, a stone, an egos, a nut, or a matbeah, or a coin. And since it serves as a sort of a functional part of her beged, it's viewed as part of the beged itself and not an object in its own right, and there's no chashash of hotzah. Ubilvad shelo sifrof lechatchila b'Shabbos. So long as she does not fasten it initially on Shabbos. She mustn't actually fasten the cloak on Shabbos itself. Now this refers specifically to the matbeah. There's no problem with her fastening on the even or the egos, but specifically the matbeah. Why not? There's a problem of muktzah. Says the Bar Tanura, a matbeah lechudekoi. It's going specifically on the matbeah. Shelo sifrof lechatchila al matbeah mipnei she'osa letaltla. Because you can't touch the matbeah. It's a problem of muktzah. If it was fasting before Shabbos, then you're okay. But to actually fasten it on Shabbos and to touch the button and to touch the coin is a problem of muktzah. What about the even? The even is also muktzah, a stone. The teretz is you can designate the stone before Shabbos to be used as a button. What about designating the coin? So there you've got more of a problem with designating a coin and taking it away, taking off its status of muktzah. Why? Because a coin has got inherent value. Masha'en kein an even. And even though you designate it orally before Shabbos to use it temporarily over Shabbos as a button, there's a problem, because the coin itself, inherently, its value, its monetary value, is more as a coin than as a button. And so mere designation is not going to be enough. So how can you use it? How can you designate it? So the Mishnah Berurah in Siman Shin Gimel, Sif Cotton Ayin Dal, it says that it needs a permanent designation. You've got to say that this button is going to be used from now on, and this coin is going to be used from now on as a button. It's no longer going to be used as a coin. A permanent designation would help. Alternatively, if you actually tie it to the beged before Shabbos, and therefore making it sort of physically part of the beged, then that's considered a button. It's not considered muktzah anymore. So those are the two ways of making it sort of permanently a button. But chutz mizeh, then it would be a problem, says the Mishnah, to fasten it, you shouldn't fasten it specifically on Shabbos itself. And that is, of course, referring to specifically the coin itself. That is the end of Mishnah Zayin.